Previously on Tales of Arise, they left me with an either-or option. And, hey, you know what? We're going to turn back for the time being.
Just need a little time first. I want to make sure I go into whatever comes next completely prepared.
Because I think a good point was raised. We're gonna do a quick save. Now we move forward.
Soon, we might very well have to be ready to face. I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Just wanted to cover some bases. Wait, but I can also still just turn back. It seems like an empty choice.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way.
I mean, she's never done that as herself.
The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
I mean, so we definitely saw the Red Woman hanging out with, like, literally every lord, right? I don't remember Ganabelt, or I don't remember her being around with Ganabelt, but I definitely saw her with Doalim, saw her with Almadria, saw her with Volrun, and people said that she was with Balsef. So she was, like, definitely pulling strings.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
We'll take a peep.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Here you go.
Let's
all
check it
the
out.
info.
It might give us a new lead.
Oh wait, someone said that they wanted me to play as the Kirito outfits, so we shall. Hold on, I want to see if there's any treasure chests in this room with a traumatic past for me. No? They didn't store any great armor or 30k gold just in a box in this room? Silly them.
I think I can make this work.
I have to turn it off and turn it on again. I'm an IT expert. Told you. Look, it's the list of patrons for Lenegis.
Well,
these are the people who funded
can you
this
make head or
place.
tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see.
Test subject Alphen,
A
number
composite being capable of
69420.
controlling
Big
Danan
baby.
astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
I know that word.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment.
Am I just a living crystal? Oh wait, no,
That
that's
must
what
be the Master Course.
Yeah.
With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renin citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renins are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it?
It's a
Did you
link
find
to
something?
Ask Jeeves. I
It's a
can
list
find
of
everything
names.
with this.
With the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
I was a sovereign? Should have
They
soundboard ready for
engineered me.
these moments.
Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the
So are
others?
they basically saying that
Was
he
I
was
the
just
only
like
one?
a clone or something?
Test subject number 10105.
Is this gonna be Volrun?
Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA.
Or was he just like
Given
created
name.
in a lab? Does he have no parents? kind of thing?
Volron.
There we go.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
Okay, sex and naming. I that's what I thought too. That was just like we didn't really learn anything from that. We knew Alphen was a sovereign.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told.
That's
But
the
according to
that's
these
the Renan
records,
rumor. The
there have
rumor.
only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest,
This whole thing is messed up. It doesn't
It's
make
all
any
lies.
sense.
including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the sovereign, then
Turns
who
out
was
we
it?
just have a slave mentality and have been working like we've got rulers
Crown
this whole time.
contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme.
I'll be disappointed if she's like final boss. I feel like she is
She could be working for someone else.
field agent for
Someone
whatever
back
is
on
the
the
real
run in
bad guy.
Homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
I mean, yeah, she kind of walked out with the Dark Master Core that we didn't
What
think
about
was
the data
real.
records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Hey, can we look up Dark Master
Not
Core?
that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results.
Also, that's
There's
not...
nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can.
All right,
while
guys,
we're
we
here.
ready to read? Lore time?
I'll do that.
I
So
have a
this is
feeling
where
they didn't want to
Alphen
voice
became
act
the
all of
Sovereign.
these
And Volron as well.
bits of important
The
information.
significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Hold on, I want to look at this bed. Operating table. Many subjects entirely came back. Yada, yada, yada. Select a topic to explore. The Lords, please. Lore, with like, you know, lore. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority, as well as one of 5 elemental realms to administer, and its corresponding master core. They are also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables, such as age, have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. Yeah, thank you, Kimosobe, for the raid. We're in the middle of a big lore dump here. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Core's power. Oh? Is this going to explain why Xion could just do it? All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. Okay. The following is a report of the second successful case of sovereign test subject experimentation. So is this going to be a little bit of Valrun's story? Subject 10105, awesome. Given name Valrun. Thank you, Kimo-sabe, for the sub. Generation in A, unique adjustment index in A, yeah. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risk it poses surpasses even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Sorry, Valrun. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocol. So it's like, yeah, it's a success, but we really shouldn't use it. And then whoever up top said, oh, we've been working on this 300 years. Success is good enough for today. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. All right. So they were like, yo, this Valrun guy be crazy, but yeah, I guess he works. All right, tell me about the Master Cores. Master Cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the 6 elements. 5 of those Master Cores, those with earth, water, fire, wind, and light, are loaned to Renan Lords at the time of the Crown Contest. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renus Alma is ready to be reformed. Its existence is kept top secret. Underneath a Master Core's spherical outer layer is a fortified crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each Lord competes in the Crown Contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each Lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. So that's like, you know, when we beat up the Lords and they're like, no, and they pull out their Master Core and get a crazy thing. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renus Alma materializes. Be advised that active Master Cores may resonate with the other Master Cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Addendum 2. Due to successful regeneration of the Renus Alma, Master Cores will cease to be deployed and the Crown Contest will be permanently halted. Okay, so if we make a new Renus Alma, no more Crown Contest? Spirit Cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. Oh yeah, the Spirit Cores were like the things on the Danon hands, right? These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danons must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the Crown Contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that Spirit Cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit Cores can also be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Addendum. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yields is pending. Nice. Basically like, we still don't know exactly how much we can do, but we try not to kill them. Completely forgot they wanted me to be Kirito earlier. I'll do the central one last. I have a feeling that's going to have like most important info. This is gonna be Alphen. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum. Due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegus, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Alright, so no more brain melty masks. We may have had the last one. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danids alike to enslavement. Test subject 10105 serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special power, drugs, or special devices. I thought the fruit or whatever was used in his realm. Rather, it was done by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring the situation will continue. Addendum 1. Collapse of the cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be key to this style of rule. It's like basically going like, man, if we just torture these people, it goes great. Oh, the fruit was used to liquefy the people, not control them, you're right. Once the subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegus who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. So it's like, look, they seem brain dead, which might make them incapable of not telling important secrets if we give them to them. Lenegus, a large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, Maiden, and Rena's Alma within the central core of Lenegus. It is a comprised. I'm gonna guess that A is superfluous. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding it. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit, while simultaneously functioning as a stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to the residential zones. However, because that only takes place during the final stages of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address said damage is needed. Yeah, we know it's gonna mess up all the houses, but like, this is what we're doing it for, so they'll get it. Until that phase, Lenegus serves as the central base of operations for the management and execution of the Crown Contest on Dana. Warning! Any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Detachable Harvester, a massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegus's conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Danan waters, it extends 2 sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegus. Because construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator areas, Lenegus's outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Addendum 1. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. So was that Alphen then? So he, like, when they did their ceremony or whatever, he blew up Harvester 1. Detachable Harvester 2's landing point will remain the same as the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. It blew up so big it got us closer to the core. Alright. All that's left is the big middle one. Let's search the whole internet. Tell me more of the Sovereign. The Sovereign acts as That's me. The Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danon subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danon subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. The Maiden acts as the Sovereign's support mechanism for the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority with an ID crest. A Renan subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark energy, or dark astral it lacks in tandem with the Renus Alma. Okay, so we have a Renan Maiden to provide dark energy. That's kind of messed up. During the ceremony is partly responsible for the astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining the stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. I wonder who Volren's maiden was. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling plan. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Addendum 2. In line with the plan adjustments, the current subject will have its maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. Alright. That's everything. There. So yes, does that mean Volren was also originally from Dana? That's kind of wild. Wait, is there more stuff to read here? Okay, now. A notice: this area will be shut down as the project proceeds to the final phase. We don't need our library after we've got our Renus Alma. Yeah, that was a big lore dump. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't feel like I know a whole lot more than I did. Like, I get some things, like, very clearly now. Crown contest, bowl hockey. Means nothing. Just a means for them to figure this stuff out. Computer did say the Sovereign had to be Dan, and yeah, I guess that's true. Volren's maiden was probably Shion, which is why he kidnapped her. Yeah, that would make sense. And she did have the whole maiden thing. Yeah, it's just more detail for stuff we already know, basically. More memory dust! Alphen, I love looking at you naked.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
I still want to, like, see what happened during the ceremony.
The mask
like,
contains
we saw
a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing
thorns
itself
or whatever,
apart any
but
further.
he kept implying that he killed a bunch of
Let
people.
yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
count backwards from 100.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode.
None of us know healing arts in this day and age.
The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse,
I'm a miracle
long-term
baby!
use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But...
So was the pain and memory blocking, was that like an unintended result of him using this
Lenegis will
helmet?
be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough.
See you in 300 years, K-bye!
Please, live for me, Alphen.
Happy memories. She was nice
That
to me.
vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
Dolene's
She
like,
sure
really?
went above and
Oh,
beyond the
that
call
makes
of
so much
duty.
more sense than what I thought it was.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
Oh
So
no,
that's why you lost your
Kiwasobe!
memories
This
and
is the
sense
start
of
of
pain.
nerve gear?
And while
Oh
you were
man.
asleep for that whole time.
Now it all makes
It was
sense.
all the result
That's
of
why the
one
Sword Art
agonizing
Online
decision
crossover.
Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me and made me Iron
Guys, I
Mask.
feel like I disappeared for a little bit there.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years.
That makes me pretty
So
cool,
why
says
has the
Alphen, not
experiment
realizing
only
the gravity
succeeded
of the
twice in
conversation.
all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's
Isn't that right, Hoodles?
No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
I've got big horns.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Someone wanted Alphen the Blind Swordsman. There we go. Now this looks like an edgelord character to me. I'm ready to cheat at Sword Art Online. You guys remember when we were like just hanging
That
out in
vision we
castle
saw.
towns, and now we're in space?
It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
Oh,
What do you make of it?
Chemo, they've
Do you
added
still
much
think
more
the
than
will of
just
Dana
Sword
might
Art
be
Online
involved
costumes.
somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Can't wait for that to be true.
Wait. He might
Yeah.
be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back
Nor
up
do
a
I
sec.
care.
You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years.
The big
Whoever left
300.
it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
Alphen, you look ridiculous like that. Heavy treat. I'm a big fan of heavy treats. Nothing? Come on. I'm wondering, you know what? That looks like a door. Was there one in this room? Oh, okay, maybe there was. I was gonna say, I bet we're gonna have to run back through there later. Calling it now. Oh, we were in here, not the
This
wedge.
place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course.
I like this creepy biological look this place has.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony.
After 300 years, I'm free. Time to conquer Rena.
This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
Kissed for
The
the
Renis
first time.
Alma isn't
I mean,
here
did
now.
the ceremony, of course.
Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
I'm just getting all nostalgic, that's all.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
Is Naori gonna join our party?
since the ceremony.
No. Been a
That
bit longer.
day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us.
It was pretty
All
weird.
in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Hold on just a second. It feels like a really weird, archaic thing where they're like, we're gonna have this man, and he's gonna be all the power, and then we're gonna bring this girl, and she's there to, keep him calm. It just feels like a weird situation there.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening.
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me.
The thorns.
But it was too late.
Whoa.
Lenegus had already been brought to its
I decided to
knees.
step closer to my microphone for this line.
Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me.
Oh, okay.
Because of what I had done.
All right. Knowing that they were in here and not the wedge down on Dana makes a lot more sense that people would have died than doing
With the
ceremony.
destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first.
Like that creepy woman in red who just kept standing around.
With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
Shion's like, damn, that was my plan. I thought I was
That's
original,
what
and
I
it was
hoped,
literally
but
300 years old.
Alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost. And Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana.
Sure to sleep for
My
about
only
at
choice
least 100 years.
was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. To buy the world what little time I could.
And then pass it on to my children, because I love them
The
so
time
much.
needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. And for a new Sovereign to appear.
So has like her hold on
Even
it
if
been
by
getting
doing
weaker
so,
and weaker?
It meant I would be passing
yeah.
the curse onto my
Will
descendants
each descendant
as well.
like have a little bit less power to hold it back, and that's why Shion like can't contain it to the point where it
Please,
hurts people at her touch?
forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
I need more deets.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
That's the astral energy equivalent to pointing to your nose. You got it, Kisara, you're correct. Whoa, new costumes.
What?
Where'd that costume you paid $15 for go,
These are the
Grant?
clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
Pretty tacky.
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
Anti-thorn
These
wear.
outfits
I
are
like
directly
it.
linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign.
Me and
now
you.
all we need
in
is
case
the
you
Renis
don't
Alma,
realize.
and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
I can see everything so clearly
It's
now.
possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care
Also,
not to
we
be
don't
too
really know where
optimistic.
the Renis Alma is. Didn't Red
You're
Lady
right.
steal it?
It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to
He does
stake
still have the
everything I've
Kirito
got
hair,
on
looks
it.
like.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great
And
peril.
this lighting, her hair looks like it's almost
It's selfish
blonde
of
like
me, I know,
Naori's
but-
was.
But still,
No, it isn't. You found hope
least
to
on my
believe in.
monitor.
It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Or die trying.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
Thanks.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
Glad everyone in the
Now
party
let's
is
get
going,
moving,
we'll help
shall
you
we?
again.
Last
Yeah.
I heard, we had an
Pretty
apocalypse
funny
to
if one of
stop.
them was like, all right, yeah, I've signed up to stop the lords. This, no
Thank you,
thanks.
Naori.
You can deal with this. I do like Shion's maiden
So
outfit.
Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you.
Kind of messed up,
I'm
huh?
so sorry, Shion.
It's like an indirect
It's my
kiss or
fault that
something,
you're
you know?
cursed.
That'd be
You're
funny,
wrong.
ha ha ha.
What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years.
You lazy
The
bum.
reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack,
I mean,
embracing everyone.
You can do that.
All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live.
Fate,
normal life.
Destiny, they're
There are
both
a
terrible
lot of things you
franchises.
still
Don't
wanna
waste
do,
your time.
Right?
yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're
Live,
worth
Dad.
fighting for.
Live.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
I like that it kind of looks like he's just wearing a, well, I guess he's got some plates on it. I was gonna say, it almost looks like he's wearing like a fancy coat, and then he's got armor on his hands. Max AG, what's the new move? Revitalize, advanced healing art that restores all allies' HP. Ooh. We could buy that right now. What are we building up? I have heard that gets really broken eventually, but maybe we don't do that yet. Casting resilience would be good. Casting time during combos would be great. CP. Oh, another CP restoration. Cool. All right. Go ahead and grab that. I guess we'll keep working on that. Anyone else get through? No. Sodale Arthelius. Arthelius. Graham Arthelius. Lazi. Fiarkis. How did they come up with the names for those? Whoa, new art. I like that a lot. Okay, so we've already got our new sword and weapon. Ooh, that sword looks pretty cool. Still got my big hand cannon. But I got my new Dreas. That's cool. I like it, I like it, I like it. Alright, let's do it. Let's trigger the thing. Oh, no trace of powder.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
Pretty weird.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Saw someone requesting we make them look more royal. So he's going to lose his left thing for a crown. As will she. Or no, she'll... yeah, she'll lose her ears. She'll keep her. She'll have the blue one, so she's got all the blue feathery things. There we go. Look at me! I'm the cool prince! You know what? He's still got not Alphen, Kirito's hair. What if he... Trivia, did I miss a clothes change request earlier? If I did, I totally didn't see it. Warp me to where I need to be. Just the crown's cool.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
Wait, is the Renis Alma just right in
We'll
here?
find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
What?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
Don't call me that. I didn't realize we were like that close to wherever they were waiting.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Are you just now
Except
piecing
the
that together?
Danan astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up,
What could it be?
decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Zing! Get him, Renwell. I mean, we're full on everything, right? Because we wasted the last one. So, hey, now we've got another one in case stuff happens after this. I probably should have saved. Oh, well.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma.
Sucking his
And
dick.
Is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
Must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Aren't we all?
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is,
Yeah, I agree,
I'll bet it's
Asgard.
connected
Balrin
to
looking
those
pretty good
visions
for a
of
dude who got a
oblivion.
hole cut in his chest and his innards
Regardless.
fried by a flaming sword.
we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy.
I mean, this place is home to healing
That
arts.
said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
Red
They all
women!
have the same face? How is that even possible?
Darkness conquers all worlds. I am now the Red Man.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Tales of Automata would be a really cool... That would be a crossover I would be into.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may
Been a
as well
second
be
since I was
sitting
out
just here.
Put them down. Okay, that does still stun.
Out of hand. Sword Rain Alpha!
Alright, well,
You're mine!
how they feeling if I give them a little bit of this? The old razzle dazzle. Oh! Give me back in the healing circle. Give me back in the healing circle.
Eat this! Coming armor won't save you!
Will this help?
Armor won't save you, but will this help?
That'll bring you down.
Swallow that freaking does it!
I'll heal you all.
No further!
I'm ready to go.
They're doing a ton of damage, but so far they're not really like...
You're mine! No, try harder!
Woo!
My turn!
Hear my call.
Burn in hell!
Spread. Glacial Spear. Here's evil.
All right, let me
Freeze
out.
Lancer.
What casting spells?
Guardian Field. I'm ready to go.
Throwing spells, so I can't steal them.
You're mine!
Will this help?
Light up the dark. All right, let me
Stay away
out.
from the damages.
I'm not done!
I really owe you one.
Unfortunately, since there's 4 of them, I don't feel comfortable going all out with Alphen's crazy moves. Let's see.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Sword Rain Alpha!
No, stop moving.
Healing
Their arts were interrupted.
Enough done!
Now I'm in the groove.
Does it! No escape! Dragon
Oh, they've all over limited.
Let me at him.
explosive ring!
It's too much.
Ah! Law!
Magna Ray! Annihilation!
Flaming me.
I would love for you to start healing.
Bring you back from
Yeah.
Death's Abyss.
Here I come!
Oh, jeez. I rolled right into that.
Can't be happening.
Whoa. Is the background always that trippy?
Ready to
Stay
go.
away from my friends!
Hurricane strike!
I owe you one.
Can't be happening.
Shion!
It's on!
Alright, you know what? We need maybe a second healer in here.
Can't get out of this!
Ready to go.
Piercing roar.
Here, let me help.
Eat dirt!
Water, hear my call.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Going in.
Rending blast!
Burning.
Seismic rupture! Stand from the
First
wind!
aid.
On your knees!
Lunar corruption.
Sword Rain
I
Alpha!
wish this, like, I mean, it's tough. I hope we're not supposed to just lose. But, like, I wish this fight was feeling a bit more, like, this does not feel very intense despite, like, how insane what's happening is.
Forgive me. This is my
I feel like maybe it's the music or something, but it's just, like, not,
carried away.
alright, that's pretty cool.
Swag assault.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Swag assault!
Now you see what I can do.
Rending blast! Sword Rain Alpha!
If I'm hitting all of them, am I doing more damage, you think?
You're mine! No, it's
I'm only getting started.
Dragon Swarm!
Demon Laugh.
Falling healing.
Take this!
Like, if I
No escape!
attacks that.
Resonate with the
Huh? Ignite!
Stop it!
Sword Rain Alpha!
No, give me.
Can't end here!
Yeah, bring me back and then I'll use a pineapple gel.
I don't have much left.
You.
None shall escape my
You know what? Nah, we don't need that much.
judgment.
This should do it!
Hurricane strike.
I mean, we will eventually be using that much. I guess I mean you'll need to immediately get us back to 100. We'll save that.
No escape!
There will definitely be days where that will be more important.
Here I go!
Light up the dark.
Each of them has a quarter of the bar. Oh, are they? Oh, is it just gonna take one away if we get a bar now?
Take this. I'll smash you.
Penumbra!
Raging
Luna!
So that's why they get over limit near the end of every bar.
I'm ready to go.
Explosive ring!
Magna Ray. I'm all
Light
set
up
up.
the dark.
Strike!
All right.
No escape!
I'll bring you back from Death's
Light
Abyss.
up the dark.
This one's all mine!
Let me at him.
Eat dirt!
Stop it!
I'm ready to
You're
use
mine.
all the power of my
Dragon
healing
Swarm.
will to accomplish this.
Let me at him.
Explosive ring!
On guard.
This should do it!
Seismic
One
rupture!
far enough.
From beyond! Imbue this vanquished
Don't do that in the middle of the guys.
No, it's try harder!
Well, I guess it worked.
shine!
Here I come.
Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Rending
Appreciate the help.
Imbue this nothing will hold me.
Hurricane
From beyond! Imbue this vanquished soul with light!
You picked the wrong fight!
Resuscitation!
Take this!
Breath
Strike!
of life!
Falling
Heal
storm.
Olympian
I
companion!
could do without
Yeah.
this pain!
Radiant pierce.
Look sharp.
A freezing storm.
Stay away!
Dragon
I'll
Swarm!
heal you all.
Snake of the abyssal deep!
Let me
Clear
at
for
him.
us a
Ah!
Won't give up.
Guardian
Stay away
field.
from my friends!
I owe you one.
punishment.
I let my
I
guard down.
have no limits!
All right, hold on, guys. Omega Elixir time? No, we can still work this out. We can still make this up.
Ready to go. I'm only getting started.
Not what I want you to be doing right now. Just gonna life bottle our two healers.
For the wicked.
It's go time. Now you see what I can do.
Take him, stop!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
I'll bring you back
Regenerate.
from Death's Abyss.
There
Resuscitation.
we go.
Here's a healing
Look
arm.
at that. No.
First aid.
one of a kind or no super rare item needed.
Will this help?
Can't get out of this!
Rending flash!
Light up the dark!
You're mine!
I'm ready!
No dawn shall break this light!
You could use a hand!
Penumbra! Rotating
Where
pile
are you
driver!
going?
Can you take
Sword
it?
Rain Alpha! No
Here's a
escape!
healing art! Lightning!
Here I come on the ground! I'm not done!
Alright, we're just about on the last chunk.
Can you take it?
Last chunk.
Annihilation!
This one's all mine!
Flight! Beast of
Benediction light.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
What's your new move gonna be?
There!
You made me angry! That was a bad idea.
Just go ahead and life bottle me. I don't
Not
wanna
done yet!
waste the time trying to cast it when they're doing this.
No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Negative gate!
Sword Rain Alpha! Try this!
Blood! Rending you apart!
Use it all, baby! That did like nothing!
No escape! You're finished!
Lightning strike! Here, let me help. Hurricane strike! First aid!
I'll face you!
I'm not done! It's on! Burn!
Breath of
Sword Rain
Heal my
Alpha!
weary companion!
Going in!
Rending flash!
Annihilation!
Here I come!
Lightning!
Dragon Swarm!
Igneous!
Here I come!
Not on my watch.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Ow!
You're mine!
No! Dodge that! Dodge that, dodge that, dodge that.
Ready to go!
Chopped off.
All right, let me out. That'll bring you down.
Take this!
Falling
I'm not
storm.
done!
Here, let me help. Grenade!
Bad time for that.
Explosive ring!
Get out of here!
Try harder! My turn!
Back into the
I
front.
was hoping my
No escape!
usually
Ready to go.
dodge
I'm going to
attacks.
need all the power
Can't
of my
move.
healing. Don't leave me! Resurrection!
On guard.
Oh, that's
I'll
cool.
bring you
So
back
that's
from death to
that's
death.
her
Inferno crossing.
super healy move.
I'll heal you.
Leon!
Healing circle.
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane here.
Sorry to trouble you.
You do the same for me.
You're
This one's mine.
No more playing nice.
Glacial spear. Glacial fire.
Sword Rain Alpha!
And
Dragon Swarm!
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not a big fan of this boss fight if this is all it is.
Yours to be let free!
These things have too much health and they don't do enough to make the fight interesting that whole time. For like the big reveal enemy that we've been chasing for the last part.
That'll
Kind of
bring
a
you
letdown.
down.
Take this! What?
They look cool though. I like their designs.
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Boom!
Breath of life! Heal my wearied companions!
And if this is just a phase one of a bigger fight, that's too long.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
Nothing worse than I've done to myself in a couple arcs.
You had me worried there.
All right, let's stab this dude real quick. I mean, I know he's like, that'd be extra cruel because he's defenseless and
Who
clearly
said
not of
you
his own
could
mind.
touch that?
Oh, here we go. I follow my own orders. I'm the sovereign. The first one.
Damn
you
it.
just
He's
you just
awake.
also ran.
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing.
My hand cannon says
You
otherwise,
can't even move
buddy.
right now.
Really, is that what you think?
I was gonna say, I have a feeling these restraints aren't protecting you from me.
Did
They're
you really
protecting
think
me
that such
from
a petty
me.
device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alfie, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
Well, and you.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Volron a clone?
Then you mean
Or
Voron
no,
was
they're
kidnapped just
piecing
like
together
Alphen?
the Volron's a Danon.
But then he became
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
It's called a cycle of violence, honey.
Renin and
Look it up.
Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Red Woman has problem with that.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Is this our, let's show how the last big bad is, a wuss
Don't
compared to
do
our
it!
new threat?
Serenus Alva!
I take it back!
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
See you, Volron. They're like big hearts. It's a Valentine. We're gonna lose Shion again. Come on. You couldn't, well, maybe you wouldn't have time to cast it, but you couldn't do like, you know, a big ice thing to give you a bridge? She, her, his queen. God help whoever messed with his queen, or whatever the meme is.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Dude, I think you're in a losing position
Let's
here.
go.
Like,
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law.
Law looks up. What? Is he talking to me?
Are you two okay?
He's gonna
Yeah.
come back, isn't he?
We'll be fine.
We didn't see
Is
him
Volron-
die.
Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
Nah, probably not.
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renasolma. Damn it, that's the
Done a runner.
second time now.
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back.
That's how
The
thievery
future's
works.
ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Yeah.
Volron
to
mentioned
the
a
home
master of
world.
theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renasolma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
Simple enough.
But seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
Me
He
neither.
seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
We can't
not in a
use the
good way
healing
like
spot
with
we
us.
left. Oh, no. They tricked me. Boo. Find out next time on Tales of Arise.